I'm here with Luke, the silent assassin Cummo at Ray Longo's International Mixed Martial Arts Academy. So first question I have to ask for you is, silent assassin, how'd that nickname come along?
I mean, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory, but I got the nickname from Nick Serra, whose nickname is the Mad Monkey, and
Another good nickname in MMA.
yeah, and pretty much everybody down at the Serra Jiu-Jitsu Academy gets a nickname, and it's kind of easier to tell people apart because you might have like 3 different Ryans, but there's only one Guillotine Ryan, and you have the Polar Bear and Stifler and all these other great nicknames, but my nickname came about, I guess, because I was kind of quiet when I'm usually quiet when I first meet people and stuff, and then I started training and getting better, and Nicky, I guess, believed that I was an assassin in secret.
He very well might be. So what originally got you into martial arts?
Bruce Lee. You can see his posters right there on the wall. So Enter the Dragon, wanted to be like him, and so I started with Kung Fu. Did that for a few years as a teenager, and then one day I was driving past Ray Longo's International Martial Arts Academy at the old location, and Ray actually does the true art of Bruce Lee, which is Jeet Kune Do, and I began training with Ray, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Is that where you met Matt and Nick Serra also?
Yeah, Matt, I originally met as a sparring partner. I was brought in as a sparring partner for him, and that's how I got into the jiu-jitsu. Before that, I was just kickboxing.
A lot of viewers at home might know you from The Ultimate Fighter Season 2 house. Have you been watching any of the new seasons at all?
Seen a couple, of course I had to watch the ones that my teammates were on, and I watch them when I can. The only thing is that they have been on, 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'm usually getting into bed by then. So.
Have you seen any differences in how your house was when you were on Season 2 and how the house is now at, let's say, Season 8 or 9?
Yeah, well, the 2 differences that I could pick out is the lack of, challenges. They went away with that format, and now they have to fight to get on the show, which I think is a great idea. Because as a fight fan myself, I like to see the fights, I like to see the training footage, but I can understand why they have to have the story element of the drama and whatnot. The other thing is that, and I see complaints on the internet a lot about the type of people that they put in the house. Some of them are kind of characters, and they might be looking for that type of contestant, so to speak. When the season that I was on, everybody there was pretty much a very serious fighter, and they actually had a meeting with us, with the producers, complaining that all we did was eat, sleep, and train and play cards, and it wasn't good TV. So they're like, "Oh, what can we do? We'll stock the bar. We'll do this. We'll do that." And one of the guys was Jason Von Flew, who's a bartender in his spare time, and he wrote up a list of all these different things, but nobody ever ended up drinking too much of it.
How did you keep sane when you were there during the season you're filming?
It was rough. I played a lot of solitaire, and I had my drawing book and a couple of books. When I tried out, when I was doing my interview, they said that the only books you could have was the Bible, and I said, that's pretty discriminatory. What if my religion is something else? And I gave them this whole spiel about how the way I eat and things is kind of like religion, which it's kind of a ritual, and you can make an argument to that. But they let me bring a couple of my books, so I couldn't read them every day, but I did reference them. And it wasn't that much free time because the training, we had probably about 5-6 hours of training a day, and the rest of the time was sleeping. We had a pool there. And I'm saying this now, but if the more I think about it, the more I remember that it was just completely boring, and I was counting down the days. I would go probably 2-3 times a day to my calendar, and be like, oh man, same amount of days left that it was 2 hours ago.
You still talk to any of the old cast members in that season?
Not really. I kept up with a couple of them for a little bit, but you know, so I'll still be friendly with them if I see them. But I don't even talk to my friends from high school anymore. You know, everybody I know is from the gym. Yeah.
Better that way, I guess.
Common interests.
So your record right now in the Ultimate Fighting Championship is 3 wins, 4 losses. You're gonna come back to the UFC anytime soon?
Yeah, well, right now I'm a full-time dad, and I part-time teach here at Ray's. So
You have 2 kids now, or?
well, one on the way.
On the way?
You know, 2 or 3 months away. So I'm trying to make that balance and get my training in. You know, so in the meantime, I'm just kind of working on my skill set and just improving as I can. And when I get all that hammered out and I have time to train again for a fight, you know, just call up the matchmaker and hopefully they'll still want me.
Hey, you just talked a little bit before about your diet. Can you explain the dietary lifestyle of a silent assassin?
Well, more is less is more, in my opinion. You know, I've always thought that I had a slow metabolism, and so I wouldn't eat for hours and hours before I trained. But as I learned, I realized that it wasn't just me, and that the more food you have in your body, the less energy you have to work out. So I, you know, I'm of the opinion that less is more, and you know, I focus more on the energetic nature of foods, and everything I eat, you know, is living pretty much. You know, and I don't eat live animals, just so you guys know that.
So it's like a raw food, vegan sort of thing? How do you describe
Similar
it?
to that, you know, raw food and vegan is the diet that I do is called life food, and it is raw and vegan, but raw and vegan, that type of diet has things in it that aren't life food, like bananas, dates, carrots, corn, grains, all these things that they can't be found growing wild in nature. They can only be found growing in a farmer's field, and the reason why is because over eons humans selectively hybridized them because of a property they had, whether it be taste or the effect that they felt when they ate it. But these organisms, they don't exist like that in nature, and when we eat them, you have you know, health problems.
What's your favorite thing to make?
Probably right now I'm really digging a pizza bread I make it out of seeds, tomatoes, onions, garlic, and man, I could eat that all day. Fresh out of the life food oven, which is dehydrated.
A while back, a few UFCs ago, when you were fighting, Joe Rogan had mentioned something about a urine therapy. Do you mind explaining to the audience if there's any truth to that and what that is?
Urine therapy, it's like a recycling of nutrients and energy. If you ever, people may know that if they take a vitamin, a certain type of vitamin, then they know that their pee is, they see that their pee is like a neon color. And that's because the vitamins didn't really get a chance to go where they were supposed to. And so, you know, it's like recycling, it's giving it another chance to get to where it's supposed to go. And that the same goes for the hormones and other things that are in urine. It's sterile, it's completely safe. The only thing is, if people eat a lot of flesh, it will have more urea in it, and then it might not be a great idea. But you know, eating a lot of flesh isn't a good idea either.
Much like myself, you are a comic book nerd. Is that true?
Yeah, you know, I try and keep up. I like good storylines. You know.
Do you read any monthlies right now?
No. Last books I've been buying is Why the Last Man, which just ended, and The Walking Dead. I usually just wait every couple months I get the trade paperback. But I have the complete Akira manga, which is like this big.
That's a huge set, yeah.
I got that as a Christmas gift from my wife. You know, I read all Alan Moore's stuff, and
You a fan of Swamp Thing being that kind of food lifestyle?
I haven't read that one yet, but that's cool.
Alright, if you were a superhero, what would your superpower be?
Ooh.
I know you've probably thought long and hard about this one.
You know, there's so many. I'll probably go with Wolverine's healing factor, you know, because that can have a realistic application in fighting.
That'd be pretty useful to have. Alright, that was Luke Cummo, the Silent Assassin. Luke, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.